Okay, let's try that. Now, assuming that everything is working the way it's supposed to be working, we are live and people can hear us. So, if you're watching this, hello and welcome to the Rated Melanin channel, wherever this day may have found you. I'm so glad that you are here. And I am here. My name is Chelsea. I am with Amanda Ross. And we are here to do some writing sprints, you guys. I'm excited. Today is going to be a good day. Today's going to be an amazing day. And I don't know what's going on with my brain, so I'm going to let Amanda talk while I try to figure out what my brain wants me to do.
While you wrestle with the thoughts that are just ping-ponging around in your brain and you struggle to answer basic questions like, how are you?
Literally forgot the question as soon as you asked it. So,
you know, we're starting this writing sprint session with a dragging. It's okay. That's what friends do.
Yeah.
Hello. How are you? No, things are great. We are, if you've tuned into these sprints before, you know that we are critique partners and we set a deadline. Oh, back in like November, our initial deadline was January 10th.
Yeah.
Then we, during a sprint, had some real talk and realized we were not about to do that. So then we changed it to the 20th. And then what happened, Chelsea?
Then
on the 18th, we decided
to move it.
Change it one last time to the 28th.
So, which is tomorrow. So this is gonna be the big writing sprint until we have to like turn this into each other. I don't know. I feel like I'm in high school and I have a assignment I have to turn into my teacher. Like I'm
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little nervous. A little nervous to get a grade on a project that I got 2 extensions on. So, but I'm excited about it. Also, Deja is here and I'd Rather Anime is here. Hello. Also, I'd Rather Anime has been, we have another, a YouTube channel where we talk about anime. So if you guys like that, for sure check it out. But, yeah. Also, since we're plugging, please follow Amanda. Subscribe to her on YouTube. She's almost at 100 subscribers, you guys. We need to get her there. Okay?
Yes, please help your girl out. If you are in any phase of the authoring journey, I talk about all aspects of authoring, writing, marketing. I also talk about author self-care, because ain't nobody out here in these streets talking about author self-care, but we are delicate creatures, and we need to be talking about ways to take care of our mental health, especially now. So go ahead and follow me, Amanda the Author, with 2 E's.
Yep. And there is a link in the description box so you can subscribe to her channel. So, do that. Also, Ash Writes Lots is here. Good day, ma'am. How art thou? How are you doing?
The huge burst of energy.
Y'all, I don't know where I'm at. I'm just so excited because we got new chairs. If y'all haven't seen, this is my new chair. And I'm so excited for it because we ordered it back in December 5th. And then these are expensive chairs. And I was like, ooh, yay, we're finally upgrading the office. And I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be here. It's going to be here before Christmas. And then Christmas came and went. And we was like, where are the chairs? And yeah. So I got in contact with them. They were like, oh, sorry, pandemic. Everything is like backed up, slowed up, not working the way we need it to work. So we don't know when we're going to get you your chairs, but here's some money off. And we were like, but the chair though, but the chairs. And they finally were like, okay, we shipped it. It's going to be to you on Tuesday. As you can tell, today is Thursday. So it was another 2 days of waiting. And finally it got to FedEx and I saw it was in FedEx. I was like, ooh, it's right up the street. I was like, maybe I should just call them and be like, bump this. We just going to come get the chairs. Leave it at the facility. We're going to come get it. But they came through. So I'm excited, and my brain is just like not knowing what to do with itself because I'm like, if I finish the book today and I have a new chair, I will feel completely fulfilled with my life. Like I have accomplished the things that needed to be done as an adult. I realized that my bar is extremely low, but
I think that's part of being an adult. I'm not going to say getting older because I'm not going to do us like that because we are still young and beautiful.
Yeah.
But I think that is part of being an adult where when you're a kid, it takes a lot more to make you happy. And I think as an adult, because you know how expensive things are, you know what money does, you know,
How
you
hard it is to
see
get
that
money.
everybody's had that dejection moment. You look at your bank account and you're just like, you know? So then when something goes right, you get something good that you've been wanting. It just is like, ooh, I'm a new me walking down the street. Like,
Yeah.
that's even new socks make me happy now.
Honestly, everything makes me happy. I'm so easy to please at this point in my life. But I'm okay with that. I'm getting to a point where I am okay with that, honestly and truly, because it doesn't need to take a lot. Money cannot buy happiness. I mean, it can buy some things that can make you happy, but that can't buy happiness itself. But that's a whole different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
All that to say that I am excited, and I'm excited for these writing sprints, and I am excited for everything that is to come. So that being said, ma'am, how are you with your story? Let us update it. And also, if you are writing today, reading today, let us know what you're working on and how you're doing. And yeah, Luthaza is here. Hey, girl, how you doing? Sorry, go ahead, Amanda.
Hello. Okay, so I needed to have another cup of coffee to match this energy. So next time we'll communicate how much coffee I need to have to match you.
I have not had any coffee. This is sleep. This is proper sleep. I have not had it in like a week. I've interrupted again. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. I'm okay. I'm actually good with the story. I, for a while, was really not feeling it, and that's because I had a big-ass plot hole. I fixed the plot hole and kind of flipped it and reversed it and have been updating those sections. So this morning, the first thing I'm going to do is update the very last section before I get to the final battle, which has yet to be written. But
okay, we're in the same boat.
Yeah, I was on the precipice of writing that scene before I fixed the plot hole, and it was just like something was in me that was like, "You're not ready. You can't do this." I kept typing and couldn't type. Like, it was just that stereotypical writer's block moment for me. So then I fixed the plot hole, and now I'm excited to be working on this part of the story and to finish it. And I have a bottle of blue champagne in the fridge for when I do finish it. And I'm excited to get into that too. So,
we bought a bottle of Black Girl Magic, that really expensive wine.
Ooh.
That is, it's a black woman owned winery, but baby doll, when you go to Target and you see that bottle and it's got 2 digits before the period. Oh, I don't know. I'm a very cheap date. Okay. We go for the single digit number wine.
Usually I
just
do too.
Just a step up from a box. So, but yeah, we got that to celebrate. But I decided that my reward for myself is, we're kind of techie, so I'm going to build my own keyboard once I finish this book. That's going to be my reward to myself, and it's going to match the chair and the new aesthetic that we're gonna do in the office. So yeah, I'm excited about that. But as far as the book, sorry, I keep interrupting you. I have interrupted you a lot. I apologize. Just please forgive me. Please know that it's not intentional, okay?
You're good.
But I just got excited when you said that you had to write the final scene too, because I was like, Amanda's going to be so mad at me because she's probably got her whole book done. She's just sitting on it, refreshing it, ready to send it off. And I'm over here like, gotta get it done. So that makes me feel a little bit better.
No, girl, we're in the same place. The way my anxiety has been this week, I've had to just be okay with only doing a couple of things. I've had to just, anybody who's had anxiety, depression, or anything like that knows this feeling of when things are just the way they are in here and raging, and you only get a couple of things done, it feels like a victory. Like yesterday, I filmed and edited, and that's basically all I did. And I took a walk. Those are like the 3 things I did. And I'm okay with it because I had to take care of myself. I feel better today. The fog is lifted, so hopefully, I can do a little bit more. But
I hope so. I understand.
We're
100%.
in the same place.
Because my brain this past week has been like, I have not been sleeping well, like at all. I have been either like so in pain that I cannot sleep, And then when I do sleep, I was having nightmares. So, by the way, I know I joined the Horror Hose support group Discord. I'm not going to read the books because homegirl can't sleep, and that's not going to work. But the book was good. Not even going to lie. The books were good. And I may still hop in, but nightmares. Little eyeballs chasing me around dark castles. Not the move. Not the move. Anyway, staying on point. The most I could do was like review some of the stuff that I had written and then like make notes to myself. So like I have literally a page in my notebook called Future Chelsea Corrections, and it's just like, future Chelsea, remember that on this day you were like, on this chapter you needed to do this, this, and this. So I have a whole log of things that I know that I need to go back and fix, but I'm like, at least I'm making progress. And then I am at the point where I keep saying I have 2 chapters left because I keep realizing that as I write chapters, I still have 2 left. Math, not good at it apparently, or predictions. But I seriously have the last 2 chapters left, which is kind of the big precipice, the ending fight or whatever that I need to get done. And I'm really excited about it because I think we talked about it on here. I was at a moment where I was just like, I don't know how to get past this one scene. Like, I'm like stuck here. And then I finally got past it. And then I was like, I know that there was like a whole chunk of story that I just like was like, this has to go, because it was taking too long, because the one scene that I thought was just supposed to be like a little quick little scene turned into a whole thing. And then that whole thing took up a lot of space. So I'm like, okay, this scene is going to have to go. So all that to say, I had to rework the outline. I'm finally at the end. I can actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm like, okay, I truly and legitimately only have about like 5,000 or 6,000 words left in this story. And then I'm going to be done. That is it. So the goal is to get that today.
Yeah. My goal is to finish it today. I know I'm going to be extra caffeined, so I'm also ready with the water and carbs in case I get jittery.
Hit the jitters. Also, to the comments, Deja is here. She said she is outlining today, maybe a little writing, but we will see. Either way, good luck, because outlining is also a whole task in and of itself. I'm literally at a point where I'm like, I don't even know why I bother outlining at this point, because I outline and then I completely disregard it, and then I have to create a new outline. And I'm like, what was the point? What was the point?
So. I feel you, but for me, with my plot hole, when I went off book, is when it fucked up. And if I were to just stick to my original outline, so it's like it can go either way, because for me, it was deviating from the outline that caused this. And so you to be behind, basically.
And my problem was the opposite. Mine was trying to stay on outline, stay with the outline. I was like, this doesn't work here anymore, though. I can't fit this in. So I have like about 7 outlines in my notebook now, because every time I got to like a major point in the story, I was like, let's just rewrite this. So that, yeah. At this point, I have a very loose outline. Very loose. I don't even know if I can call it that at this point. It's just like bullet points. But we will see. Also, Deja, you are looking for the beta reader sign up. I have not released it yet because it has the cover for my book on it, and I have not done an official cover reveal yet. So I am going to be doing an official cover reveal probably on Monday, since I'm sending the book to Amanda on Friday, tomorrow. So I'll probably do an official cover reveal on Monday, and then I'll make the sign up available at that point. But if you guys are watching this, you want to help me like do an official cover reveal for We Are the Origin, let me know, because I'm looking for a couple of people. The idea that I have in my head is just to get a couple other people to like reveal the cover and show it to their audience and be like, hey, this book is coming out. And, you know, of course I would reciprocate, right? But I don't know. In my head, I just have this idea that if we as authors kind of band together and support each other as indies and help reach more people, it'll just be a lot smoother experience than trying to do everything ourselves and reinvent the wheel each time by ourselves. So it's like, if I'm telling you about Amanda's book, and Deja is telling you about Amanda's book, and Ash is telling you about Amanda's book, and Luthaz is telling you about Amanda's book, well, now her book has been talked about on like 6 different platforms. And then if we all do that for each other, I mean, we all promoting each other. You know what I'm saying? That's the idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea.
Yeah, the way that I'm going to be hyping the fuck out of your book when it comes out, you don't even know. You're going to be like, yay. Because I'm waiting for, the cover and whatnot. I can't wait. The story, the cover, it's giving everything I think that we need right now in this, I would say, Black fantasy renaissance that we're in. I have been saying that I feels like that's what we're giving with, like, Ayana Gray and Kaylin Bayron and Tony Adeyemi and like all these people. So
I will accept it. If I can be a part of that, I will accept it. So I just really want to write a story about a Black girl who's just not nice, and it's just going on her adventure, and it's not about race, and it's not about her explaining why she is the way that she is, or even her trying to like humble her power. Because I don't know, I just have a personal preference for characters that lean into their strength and their power, and they're like, yeah, no, I know I'm the shit. I got this, and they're not trying to be like, oh no, how am I gonna she's like, I got this. It's handled. She has her flaws and her weaknesses for sure, but she's also not the person who's like, okay, look, if I have to handle it, this is how it's going to be handled. Now, if you want to handle it a different way, I suggest you come up with your own solutions.
Right. Yeah, and I want to write a story about characters who rise to the occasion. And I think, even though my series does touch on race, this book doesn't really. Everybody's Black in this world that I'm writing in my book, in the House of Transcendence. And I wanted to write Zora as soft. I wanted her to be delicate and soft and scared, and then fully come into her power. I've been listening to the song Rise Like a Phoenix by Conchita when I write her sections, because that feels very much like her evolution. So
I love it.
If you know, you know.
I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I want more diversity in Black fantasy, where it's just like, yes, she's powerful, but I wanted a story where it's just like, and this is so weird, and this isn't necessarily a spoiler for my book, but I also feel like lately in Black fantasy, at least the fantasy that I have picked up, there's always this idea that the main character had something very important, like usually their parents or a loved one, taken away from them. And that's like from the very beginning, that their mom or their family or whatever was taken away from them, and they never got over it, right?
Right.
I wanted to write a character where it's just like, she is resilient, so it's just like, that is also her backstory, but she doesn't dwell on it. She's not like, oh, my mom, my dad, my family, I have to get revenge for them. No, she's just like, that happened. But, things happen, and you take it in stride and you move on, and for her, it's like, that happened like, what, X amount of years ago. Don't want to give away too much. And so she's just like, that's my history, that's my past, but I'm not going to sit here and cry to you about it as a grown woman. And nah, no. I don't know.
Right.
It's, the way I think is kind of weird, but we could spend this whole time talking about it, but we're not going to do that because we got actual words that we have to get done today. So, to the comments, Deja said that I usually veer from my outline as well, but when I don't know what to write next, I go back to the outline. In revisions, I worry about whether or not the new scene works. That makes sense, actually. I usually try to write outlines after I write the chapter to make sure that it's cohesive. So that's why I have like so many outlines, but that's another conversation. And then she said, yay for the cover reveal. I'm so ready for more Black fantasy, and I wish we had more space operas. Actually, kind of somewhat working on that.
Yes, I was just going to say, Kelsey.
I have so many ideas. So just to give you guys a quick overview of my ideas, and then we're going to get into the sprint. After I finish this is a duology, and I do have a title for the second book already, and I'm really excited for it. Because it goes in tandem with the first book, obviously, because they're a duology. After that, there's another series that I want to write that is about a necromancer trying to save her sister. So 100% not stealing your idea, Amanda. Swear to God, I'm not stealing your idea. But
girl, necromancers exist. There's more necromancer stories. Please give them to me.
yes, so she's a necromancer, and it's another high fantasy setting. So it's a completely new fantasy world with their own lore, mythos, gods and realms and such. And, and then after that, there is another book that I want to write that is kind of, I don't know, for some reason I'm in this mental space where I'm just kind of obsessed with like time and being able to control and manipulate it. So I want to write a story about two girls, one who has the power of time and one who has the power of creation, who meet each other and they kind of like jump around to different worlds, and they're kind of like a very neutral entity. Like sometimes they help, sometimes they destroy. And it's just like I kind of want to have it kind of be like a fantasy serialized slice of life type thing with an adventure that's more about them finding themselves and accomplishing any real task or goal or defeating a bad guy. And then there's another story that I want to write that's a spinoff of the necromancy story, where it is a true slice of life. It's just about this one character living in a realm she's not supposed to be in and kind of running a boarding house of misfit toys. So that's what those are the ideas that I have as of right now. So.
Okay, so I love all of them. I too have a gang of ideas. So I have a Western kind of steampunky witch one. You know, in England they had like witch finder generals who were like the people who'd go around finding witches. Ooh. So I have an idea of like a kid who is a witch who was taken from his family and raised as a witch finder general, and then him having like his journey. And I imagine it very steampunky, set in LA in the Grapevine mountainous area and all around LA. If you've been there, you know there's all of these moments where it's just flat land and then the huge mountain range. So I kind of have a vision for that. I've got some horror on my plate that I'll be writing, and of course wrapping up my Witch Kind series first and foremost, because I know you and everybody else are excited about it.
I am. Y'all don't know. If y'all have not picked up Amanda's Witch Kind series, please pick it up. Please buy the book, read it, love it, and fangirl with me. Please. Because it is so freaking good and I love it. I'm so ready for the third book. So ready for the third book. If you want to, you can, it's a link in the description. Every time Amanda's on my channel, trust and believe I'm going to link to her Witch Kind series so y'all can buy it with ease. Okay? Just one click. Go ahead and one click on Amazon. But that being said, Luthaza said, I'm going to tweet about y'all's books every week. Don't even play. I'm going to spam all 50 of my followers. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We love it. Thank you. And follow us on Twitter, by the way, if you're not following us.
Yes.
We want to engage and interact.
Absolutely. And this is a slight plug, but I do have a Patreon, so if y'all want to hang out with me, I'm over in Discord hanging out with my patrons like all the time, all day, every day. Ash Writes Lots can confirm this. We had a great time in the last Melanin after chat, so you should join. Yes. Also, Dia, I hope I said that right. Dia? Is it Dia? Dia? Let me know. Dia Rob is here, said hello, and Isabella Cox is here. Hello, how you doing? Welcome. And with that being said, we have talked for about like 20 minutes. So this is a writing sprint. For anyone not familiar, we do 30-minute sprints, and this is BYOM, bring your own music, because I'm not allowed to play it for copyright reasons. So, that being said, it is 1:24 Eastern Standard Time, so at 1:25 we're going to start the sprint for 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and check in with each other. I hope you guys are super successful. I technically already started. I have like 200 words written already today. Going to be trying to finish up this scene. So, good luck,
Let's
everyone.
get it.
Let's get it. All right, 125. The debauchery. Yes. Sorry, comments. Distracted. Good luck, everyone. Happy writing. All right. That is it for that first sprint. So, let us know what you did, how you did, what you accomplished, so on and so forth. And we will do the same. Let's see here.
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello.
Sorry, my chair is really loud.
Oh, no, you're good. All right.
So I'm not counting word count necessarily at the moment because I'm kind of rewriting things.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the way that I'm rewriting these sections are making a lot more sense than how they originally were. So
Yay.
I'll say that.
Yay. I am keeping a word count because I'm writing a new scene. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 scenes left until the end. They're already planned out. I know what has to happen in them. And so I've been working on this one. And I got 806 words. So feeling pretty good about that. I've already crossed 1,000 words for today. So whoop whoop. According to Dabble, I need about 3,000. So we'll see how that works out. Also, Portia is here. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? And I think that was it for the comments. So yes, Daya's name is Daya, so I got that right. And also SM Ryan is here. So welcome. How you doing? So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like, you know, like how when you're writing and you take little notes and kind of like toss them everywhere, I feel like the things that I came up with are coming full circle in this one scene. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm glad that I wrote it down and I kept a track of it. Otherwise, it would be a much slower process. I would say that. I'll say that.
Yeah, I have rewrite. These are my notes for either now or before or after I give it to you, plus this. So I'm left-handed, so I start my books backwards.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
That's impressive.
And then I have like a list of the order of the book, what's supposed to happen. So.
Ooh. Well, since we're showing notebooks, I've got mine. It's not as bubbly as yours, but I have all the character growth that I need in this one little chart. So like all the characters and how they're supposed to like grow throughout the story. And then
oh, I need to do that.
I also have, like, I told you, like, I kept redoing all these outlines. So like I have all these outlines that were eventually just like not it. Most of the stuff stayed, which I've learned, like the heart of like the main stuff traveled from outline to outline. So that's kind of the stuff that I've been focusing on. And then I have this one really pretty, neat outline that I'm trying to follow because Ben bought me new metallic pens. And so far doing well. Like the pacing, the numbers are a little bit off, but I did actually I realized that I'm actually sticking to it. It's just what was chapter 15 is now chapter 16, if that makes sense. Everything got moved down a chapter. So,
yeah, I moved a couple scenes. Okay, so there is, I guess, a spoiler, a big scene where my main character fesses up about her feelings on her crush. And initially I had it much earlier in the book, so then kind of the last half they were like together. But I realized it didn't make sense for that to happen because she hadn't hit that point in her growth where she had some fuck it in her system, if you will.
Yeah.
And so I moved it to after, but before the conflict, because I don't know if you and I have talked about it, but I'm not a huge fan of, oh, we're about to go into this big fight, / we're in the middle of a big fight and we're hiding. I'm going to take this time to tell you how I feel about you.
We did not, but I also dislike that as well.
Like that.
I feel like it's just a giant red flag. Like, oh, you're clearly going to die because you're getting all your last words out now.
Right. So, sidebar, landscapers are happening from outside. So if you hear the landscapers, I apologize.
Okay. Also,
So annoying.
can you? This is such a weird thing. In Discord, can you turn off your noise suppression? Otherwise, you're gonna like click in and out. It's in your settings, your voice settings. So if you click on the little mic, and then the little arrow, and then you click voice settings. Oop, that pulled up. Sorry. You can change it. If y'all see us, I'm trying to like talk Amanda through this. Just turn off under advanced where it says noise suppression.
Oh, advanced noise reduction. It's off.
The noise suppression?
Yes. Echo noise reduction is off. Echo cancellation is on. Should I turn that off?
Probably, because basically what it's doing is because they're going, if you're not actively talking, it cuts out. So when you pause to take a breath, it also cuts out, and then it makes the audio kind of glitchy.
Ah. Okay, is this better? Oh, I just realized I could blur. Hell yeah.
Look at Amanda playing with settings, figuring it out on the fly.
Yes.
I mean,
I don't want y'all to see my big ass heater right here. Like,
I was looking at your books in the background. I didn't even notice the heater. And I want
I'll
you
turn
to
it back on so you can see the books.
Okay. I also want you to know that you showed us the heater while it was blurred, so like we saw nothing.
Oh right. That is true. I keep forgetting that we bookish people need to see the books in the background. Like it's kind of an imperative to see what's happening.
Honestly, I just see how much my taste aligns with other people, and every time I look at yourself, I'm reminded that we have similar tastes of books because I have all of those books on my shelf as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you know what's funny is I did a job interview a while back, and me and one of the guys had Harlem Shuffle by Colson Whitehead on the bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
So instantly, we both, our eyes locked on that book on each other's shelf. And so for like 10 minutes, we were just talking about his books. And I was like, this is how interviews should be.
Yes. It's like, I'm trying to see if we
don't
match.
Talk about the job, talk about your taste.
Yeah.
Taste in books.
I feel like someone's taste in books will tell you so much about them without you actually having to spend real time with them. You know? Like, what did you think about, insert book? And you can tell a lot. Because, like, we have similar opinions. That means we think similar ways. Because, honestly, you come to these opinions when you read the book by reading the book and thinking certain ways, But I'm going to let it go. That's just a personal opinion. Judge me how you like. It's the internet. You're going to do that anyway. But, yeah. Comments. Deja rearranged a lot of scenes to put into the first act and started on the second. Whoop whoop. And SM Ryan, so glad I finally caught a stream. Spent the day working on the final 7 chapters of a novella and squeezed in 548 new words. Whoop whoop. Congratulations. Love
to see it.
Yes. Because progress. That's why we're here. I'm glad you caught the stream too. Honestly. I feel like it probably helped that I had actually made the stream maybe an hour ahead of time versus like 10 minutes ahead of time. That might have helped. I don't know. But seriously though, if you guys saw this on your I don't want to say For You page because it's a TikTok thing, but if you saw it on your suggested page on your homepage when you logged into YouTube, let me know. That's actually very useful information. But But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about what I wrote. I got this scene where my 2 main characters, they kind of have a rocky relationship because reasons that are explained in the book that I don't want to give away, right? But they have a little rocky relationship where it's not that they dislike each other, but one of them knows a lot more than the other. And that leads to, them treating each other a certain way. And so, but now, things are starting to hit the fan, I'll say. So they're having a true heart-to-heart come to Jesus moment with each other. And it's been kind of fun to write this because it's just I kind of want to explore this one person's background. And it's just kind of I'm excited. I hope you like this book, Amanda. I hope you like this book so much.
You already know I will. we are leading with confidence. Actually, in my video recently, which is book marketing mistakes to avoid, one of them is not being confident in your work and what you're promoting. So we are abandoning low self-esteem in our work. We're leading with confidence. Your book is going to be amazing, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Okay, we're gonna speak that. We're gonna claim that. I'm just. It's one of those things where it's like I know how much I'm loving it, and so I'm like, I know. I just want people to be. I just want people to love it as much as I love it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. But
yeah, I feel the same. I want you to love this book. I think it's going to be great. There are things I want my betas to look for and be mindful of when they're reading it, just because there's a mystery, and the mystery has to like it has to give, and so I'm gonna be. Is it giving? But is it giving? Is asking everybody.
Well, I know I'm going to love it because I loved your first two books. So I know I'm going to love this one. So I'm excited. That being said, now that you've got your first sprint done, realistically, are we going to have this to each other by tomorrow? Because we can do Wednesday.
Yes.
Okay.
No. I am excited. I'm determined. And now tomorrow, it might be like tomorrow, 7 p.m.
That's fine. Because 7 p.m. your time is like 10 p.m. my time, and I'm so down with that.
But it will be tomorrow because I'm almost done with this section. That's the last bit that needs to be revised, and then I have 2.5 sections to write.
Okay.
After that.
Gotcha. So yeah, and I should be good because, like I said, I have 6 scenes left. We have 2 more sprints. So I'm going to try to get at least a scene and a half done, and then I'm going to continue writing even afterwards, probably until Bing gets off work. So that's the plan for me today. I was up into writing until like 10 o'clock last night, so who knows? I have, when I tell you I got that second wind, and it just like clicked, because this morning I was like, oh, I could just like flip these 2 chapters and then everything flows, and then that just leads me right into the end and everything makes perfect sense. Boom, there we go. And I'm just like, yes. So that's where I'm at. Also, Better Days is here. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to the writing sprints. That being said, I mentioned this on the Melanin chat, but also Amanda mentioned it just now. We are going to have beta reader signups, so you do need to follow us on Twitter. It is like right here. I have both of our @s right here, and there are also our links down in the description box. If you want to be a beta reader for us, either the House of Transcendence for Amanda or We Are the Origin for my book, then please make sure you're following us on Twitter. For
Instagram and TikTok and all of that, yeah.
Yeah, I know Amanda is you, but you're mostly on Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yeah, I've been stepping up my Twitter game, mostly because Twitter is the least like stressful platform for me, because I just post bullshit, and if people like it, cool. If not,
yeah. I feel you. So yeah, and I'm mostly on Twitter and TikTok at this point, because y'all know I don't like Instagram. I do it because I have to. But that being said, if you want to sign up, then let us know. Deja mentioned this at the beginning, but if you also watch the Melanin chat, I will have the beta reader sign up in the description box of the Melanin chat as well. So it'll be around, but I'm going to be announcing it on Twitter because I feel like Twitter is good for just telling people things. I don't know. Maybe it's just me in my head, but that being
Twitter's good. I signed up for a beta read on Twitter, so.
And just out of curiosity, before we get into this next sprint, and I would like, anybody who's currently listening, if you can reach the keyboard, I'd like to know your opinion on this too. How many beta readers do you think is a good number? Because I have seen different amounts where some people are like, well, you really only need 2, and then I've seen some people have like up to 10. Good Lord, can't talk. But what do you think? What do you guys think? How many beta readers is enough?
Oh. Okay, I would say it depends. It depends. Number 1, I think you should always add at least 1 or 2 new beta readers with your every project, because I think if you keep getting the same 5 opinions work, you might not be growing.
Mm. Okay.
I think it also depends on the type of work, right? So this book is pretty queer because my MC is bisexual. A lot of my characters are gay. I'm living my bisexual fantasy in this book, so therefore I want LGBTQ plus people and readers to be looking at this book in a way that I wanted them to read my series, but this one is like for the culture, so I want their eyes on it. And so I think it also depends on that. It depends on, are you writing about an industry that you don't know about? So you want, if you're writing a character who's a doctor, maybe you have a doctor read it. Like, I think it kind of depends on what your mix is. But I think 5 to 10 people is pretty solid. Any more than that, and might be hard to control.
Yeah.
Like the logistics.
That's what I was thinking. And I know for me, like you as a critique partner is different in my mind than a beta reader. So I'm also thinking like trying to keep that straight in my head because I'm like I know that there's you and one other person who I know I like. It's like I don't know. In my mind, it's like critique partner, and then you have beta readers because like as a critique partner, it's like you also write in the fantasy genre. So if you're like, hey, this doesn't make sense, I feel like that's gonna hold a little more weight with me. I don't know, but I was thinking somewhere around like 7-ish. So that falls in the 5 to 10 range. So yeah. That being said, if you want a beta read, I am only accepting 7 people. So there you go.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, I mean it's always that number has always been good to me. So we'll see how it works out. Let's see here. Daya said she decided on which project to work on, and Twitter is good for telling people things, but I don't ever get on there because I hate it. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like everybody has that one social media outlet that they're just like, I cannot stand this platform, so I respect it. And if the beta readers are good, I would say up to 5, but also definitely more than one person. SM Ryan said, I think 5, but also some may not get back to you for whatever reason, so more can be helpful. Yeah, I'm thinking 7 because I'm like, of those 7 people, I'm fully expecting at least 3 of them not to ever hear from them again.
Right.
So hopefully that'll work out, but I know in my beta reader sign up form, I basically am asking how long it's going to take to read the book because I feel like that's fair. I'm just the type of person where I'm like, if it's going to take you more than 3 months to read the book, then I need you to not sign up to be a beta reader because it's not like, it's not an arc, right? Where you can just like promote it whenever you get around to it. But like, cause beta reading is like, I need to know if I need to make changes and things to the book so that I can get to the point where I can send it out. So if I'm going to send it out in like February, please do not message me in November talking about I'm about to start the book. That's not going to help me.
Right.
So, but that's just kind of where my mind is at. Like I said, I'm going to make that available on Monday for anybody who wants to sign up. So, follow me on TikTok, Twitter, one of those. Or check it out in the Melanin chat. I am going to put it in the Melanin chat. Or if you're part of the Patreon, I'm going to make it available to them sooner because they've already seen the cover. So, it's a thought. Slight plug. Anyway, that being said, are you ready for this next sprint?
Yes.
The deep breath is it's just, okay. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes. No, I'm excited about the section. I'm working on, one of my characters is featured heavily in the section who I kind of love because she's like bitchy and dry humor and has no time for anybody.
Yes.
And her, I don't know if you do this, and maybe people watching can tell me. Do you have like a specific song that you listen to or that reminds you of a character? Because I do. And the one for this character is I'm Blue, the Gong Gong song by the Ikettes. They were the Tina Turner's background singers.
I am going to have to look that up because it does not ring any bells. But
I know, it doesn't, it's not a common song. But, yeah, let me know if you have a certain song, different characters.
My character, I actually have to pull it up because it's a very specific song. I heard it once on a random YouTube music playlist type thing, but it was just so like it fit so well in that moment. But I don't listen to the song outside of this one character. It's called. Hold on. Here we go. It's called "Welcome to My Jungle," and it is by. Oh, hold on. And that is the name of the song, but I can never remember the artist because it's like they're like a one hit wonder, so they don't really show up. And this is not the right thing. Let me pull it up on my phone because just so y'all know, I use YouTube Music, so basically they curate your music off of your YouTube profile. So I have one for Written in Melanin, and then I have one for my personal. So that also means that I have playlists for my characters for Written in Melanin, and then I also have one on my personal. So y'all didn't need to know that, but fun fact about me, I guess. Okay, so yeah, it's by Meldez and Tolu Adeyemo, and it's called "Welcome to My Jungle," and that's just
Let me look it up.
That's just kind of the song that comes to my mind. I have a very 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 short playlist for this book. There's only 19 songs in it, but yeah, I have to listen to this. I forgot half the songs that I put on there, but one of the other ones was "Why Her Not Me" by Grace Carter, and it fits so well, so well with some of the side characters. So like each character has their own song in the playlist. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then there's also Disney songs. So there's "What's My Name" by China and McClain from The Descendants. So it's a very random selection of songs, but they fit. They fit. I swear. Maybe I'll make it available to my patrons so they can listen to it if they want.
See? Look at us. Marketing.
Also, there are perks if you do sign up to become a patron. You can actually get a physical copy of the book. And I am going to be releasing the book early to my patrons if you want that. So, but I'm not going to get y'all to depart with your coins. We're here to write. So, that being said, we got our playlists. I'm actually going to listen to this time around. And yeah, let's get into this. It is 2:18 Eastern Standard Time, 30 minutes on the timer. So we'll come back. Good luck. Bring your own music, and we will talk to you guys in 30 minutes. Happy writing, everyone.
Yep.
All right, you guys, that is it for that sprint. Let us know what you did, how you did, so on and so forth.
Okay. Ooh. How'd you do, Chelsea?
Let's see here. I got 461 words, so that's pretty cool. Move my mic so I can actually see.
Love that.
I am deviating a little bit, but not in like a bad way. I was trying to basically finish up a scene, so I was trying to make it go a little faster, essentially. But I realized that is not the best way to handle it, so I'm just going to go at the pace that feels right. And if it ends up being like 1 or 2 chapters more than the 20 that I had planned, then I'm just going to have to be okay with that. But I don't want to cut it out or clip it down so much that it's just like it doesn't fit with the pace of the rest of the story, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I spent time basically revising what I had just revised, and here's why. Because my characters are kind of on the run. At least this group of characters are on the run. And I initially wrote the scene of them still at one of the like magical houses, just totally fine. Just, oh, whatever. They thought that they killed this person and we rescued her, but nobody's gonna come sniffing around, which is stupid. Dumb. So I had to go, okay, why would they go back to their house if they're trying to be on the run? They would go to like a hotel somewhere. So then I had to I'm rewriting it basically with them at a hotel.
Gotcha. Hey, at least you caught it before you wrote it all out into the story and had it added, and then you were like, oh, that doesn't make sense. So at least you caught it while you were revising. You know?
Yeah. It just is the kind of those like logistical scenes where you're looking, you're scanning the document and then, wait, she's not in this house, she's doing this. Oh, this person wouldn't be cooking because they're at a hotel. She's going to be ordering room service or getting takeout. So,
yeah.
Fix that.
Logistics. So fun. Never thought that I would spend so much time thinking about that as an author, but here we are. Like the stuff that you end up Googling sometimes, because like I am not a fashionista, but there is a scene where it's just like my character's normal clothes just aren't gonna cut it. And just like simple things like, okay, they got caught in the rain. They're not gonna just be walking around like they're dry. This is not a cartoon. They're not gonna dry in like 3 seconds, So figuring out like what they're gonna wear, where are these clothes coming from, like how do they have access to certain things, logistics.
Right.
Been kind of wild, kind of interesting. So still working on that in some cases, but it is what it is. Yeah.
This book is heavy on fashion too, burlesque, and each of the different houses kind of have their own flair, if that makes sense. So like the house that Zora's in is very opulent. It's very like I own everything kind of thing. So the clothes are very high-end designer, and a little more urban, but kind of, I wouldn't want to say urban, but a little more like, I think 90s fashion, but expensive.
Yeah.
Like it's 90s fashion, but it's Mugler, And then one of the other houses is very Afro-punk, so it's a lot of leather. It's a lot of kind of random pieces put together. And then another house is very rockabilly, so it's a lot of like the bangs, cigarette pants, va-va-voom curves. So it's interesting switching between those different, what would they wear kind of thing.
And I didn't even, well, for my character specifically, they have like kind of a base outfit because I'm like, they're assassins. They're not going to deviate too far from like something that's not very attention worthy, you know? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of like, as they're natural characters, they're not going to be people who want to be seen and noticed, right? That's just not going to be their mo. But then there are other characters who are very much like, look at me, and I'm like, ooh, you're probably going to put way more effort into looking cute, and I need to Google this because I, as a human being, am a very much a like a t-shirt and sweatpants, t-shirt and jeans type of person. Don't. I don't say I don't like fashion. I'm saying I will say that I'm the type of person where I like to look at it on other people, but not necessarily for myself, if that makes sense. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been interesting to write. But, you know, I feel like that's something I'll come back to as I edit. So, yeah. That's something else that I guess I do want to ask you. Is this like, are we sending each other like the final version, like best it could possibly be, or is it just like this is the finished draft, and I know there's some things that are going to change, but like overall content is what I'm asking for right now.
I would say that part because that's what my betas are going to be getting.
Okay.
Um, you know, aside after once I finish writing it, the only thing I will be doing before I send it to you is fixing the beginning part because the beginning part reads very much like an info dump.
Okay.
Putting it all in a document and actually putting it in because it's all distant documents labeled fight scene and Zora is mad. So
I love it. I love it. Okay. So that's what I was trying to figure out because I'm like, I know that, like I said, I've been keeping a running list of things that I know I need to go back and fix. So I wanted to know how much we were doing before we sent it to each other. But yeah, I'm basically going to be doing the same thing. Like, it's already pretty much in a single document. So I'm just going to run through that, take out any like noticeable typos, and that's going to be it. Yeah. I think I'm gonna send it to you first, and then I'm gonna give myself like a couple of days before I send it out to my betas, so that I can
same.
get it a little bit cleaner. Not that I don't respect you, because I do, but I also know that you can kind of hone in on the content a little more. But yeah, how are you feeling? We are basically at our 2 hour time, so do you want to go for another sprint, or you ready to call it? How you doing?
I would say I'm ready to call it, but we can keep chatting for a couple more minutes.
Okay,
Because we like to chat.
we do like to run our mouth. Okay, and how are you guys doing in the chat? I know Portia said that she's taking a small break from Medusa to work on a collection of flash fiction stories, so that's dope. Also, Angels Are Near is here over on Twitch, so hello, welcome, glad you can make it. And Deja said, took a small snack break, but doing pretty good with the outlining. Dope. I need to take a snack break. We ordered well, I use week very lightly. Okay, so, linear thoughts. I have pizza that I need to go warm up and eat because I am getting kind of hungry, so that's probably what I'm gonna do once we finish the stream. But something that I'm curious about, as as a couple, me and Ben, since we don't have any kids, we are 100% okay with going to multiple places to get food if we have taste for different things. And I was just wondering if anybody else does that. Like, we will 100% go be like, okay, well, Chelsea wants pizza, so we're going to get pizza, but Ben wants wings, so we're going to go to the place, we're also going to go to Wingstop and get him wings. And then we're just take it all and go home. Especially in this age of takeout, where it's like we weren't going to sit there in the restaurant and eat anyway.
Right.
It's just like everybody can be happy. Everybody get what they want. Come on home and we'll eat together, watch our anime, and that's like the whole spiel. But I don't know if we're like weird or not for doing that. Does anybody else do that, or is that just us?
I've done that a couple of times, but usually it's if we're actively going out to get stuff. If I'm ordering on my phone, everybody's eating the same thing. But if I'm, if we're going, okay, we're gonna get takeout. Like I did that with my mom the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take her to a doctor's appointment, and she wanted, I don't know if you have out there, it's called Wiener Schnitzel, but it's like a hot dog place. Okay, so it's called Wiener Schnitzel. It's a hot dog place. And they do like chili chili dogs, chili fries, Polish dogs, whatever.
Mm.
And I never eat it. I can't remember the last time I ate it. So she wanted that, but then I wanted like Mexican. So then I went to Chipotle. But then she also got herself a breedable Chipotle
Mm.
because she was hungry. I guess having a like epidural needle in your back makes one hungry, and she's also very loopy. So I was like, Mama gets what Mama wants. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know, we do that a lot. I like to call it the food circus. It's one of my favorite days. It's where like we go to like multiple fast food restaurants and we just get the one thing from there that's really good and you make a whole meal out of it. So like we'll go to Wendy's and get a burger and then Taco Bell and get a taco and then McDonald's and get fries and like the sweet tea. And then you just have it all together. And it's just like it's wonderful. But also like I said, we have different tastes and things. And so it's just like I said, I'll get pizza, he'll get wings, or I'll get a salad because I'm vegetarian, and he'll go to like a steakhouse or whatever. And we'll go to different places to get different things instead of being like, okay, well, you want to go to a steakhouse, and all I can eat here is literally the rolls. So that's not going to work out. But instead of you being unhappy going to this place that only serves rabbit food, you know, we come to an understanding. I just didn't know if it was weird or if other people did that. I don't know. It just makes sense to me in my head. Like, if we want different things, let's just get different things. Like, we have a car. If we can afford this, why are we forcing somebody to make a compromise? You know? But anyway, it was just a thought. It was just a thought. That's my hungry ramble for the day. But that being said, you guys, it is 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and like I said, I'm hungry, so we are going to end the stream here. I hope you guys were able to be productive, whatever you are working on, and we will be back. Are we coming back next week, Amanda? We're gonna have turned our work into each other. So are we doing writing sprints next week?
I don't know. Let's brainstorm. Let's chat because I plan to take a writing break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I'm even gonna take a break before I even outline this. Like finish the third book's outline. Like I'm just be. I don't want to open my computer unless it's editing.
yeah, so I know I have other things that I've been putting off because actually we're in both those things together. We have a joint podcast coming up, and we also have Virtuous Con that we are going to be a part of that I need to do some things for that I've been putting off. So we will let you guys know. Like I said, follow us on Twitter because I will definitely make an announcement whether we are not streaming. So I will let you know there, and or TikTok. You know, if you don't like Twitter, because I know Deja says she doesn't like Twitter.
Follow Chelsea on TikTok. There, I videos. A queen.
Okay, but yeah. Anyway, whole spiel. Make sure you check the description box below for all the links. You can purchase my book, Keeping Promises. Purchase Amanda's Witchkind series, as well as Girls of Might and Magic, which she contributed to as part of an anthology. You can also subscribe to her channel. Subscribe to my channel while you are here. Turn on the notifications. I will be back on Tuesday with Audra Russell for the Melanin Chat, and I will let you know we'll be back on Thursday to do another writing sprint. Follow us on social media, all that good stuff. Support the Melanin Library, yada, 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 yada. Thank you guys for being here, and until next time, you guys, hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting, and also I hope you're madly, wildly productive.